The most important question you'll answer today: are you in a good mood or a bad mood? And are you wondering where you fall on the scale of happiness? On a scale from 1 to 10, where would you land? And what about those miserable coworkers who come in and affect everybody in the bunch? Well, guess what? It just might be their emotional set point. What does that mean? And can you change it? It's coming up next. Hey, welcome back to the Intuitive Mindset with Jeannie Lynch. Really excited to share my next topic with you. Quick question. What is your emotional set point? Have you ever been asked that question? Do you even know what an emotional set point is? What would you do if I told you there's actually a scale that you can put yourself on and you can find out where you land vibrationally? Wouldn't you love to know what emotions or feelings are totally getting in your way and causing your vibration to be a little lower than it needs to be? And then the other question is, what's the difference between a feeling and emotion? Would you like to learn the difference? Those are the answers that I'm going to give you today, and tools and resources to find out this for yourself. So please stay listening, stay watching, stay connected. That topic, what is an emotional set point and how to uncover it for yourself, is coming up next. Hey, thanks for staying clicked in. I'm so excited to open up the door a little bit further for you to uncover your emotional set point. At the very end of this video, I'm going to give you a link right there to a video that's going to actually give you a chance to do this work for yourself. But before you go there, I wanted to explain what the work is, what the tools are that you will be using, and kind of get you grounded in it so it makes a little bit more sense before you do the work. I think if you just did this video, you'd be like, what does any of this mean? So let me take you to the what it means. Okay, let's stop right there. Let me give you the AI explanation to an emotional set point. It's a theory in psychology that suggests individuals have a baseline level of happiness or well-being to which they tend to return after experiencing positive or negative events. It is often described as the relative stable or predetermined level of an emotional well-being that varies, of course, from person to person. According to this theory, people may temporarily divert from their original set point in response to a significant event, such as winning a lottery or maybe even a personal loss. However, over time, they're most likely going to revert back to this pre-existing emotional baseline. Let's move on. Starting with first, your emotional set point is based on 40 feeling words. So let's stop for a second and let me show you there are a bazillion different ways and words to describe how you're feeling. And these feelings can be called emotions. So let's dive and stop right now. We have to understand the difference between an emotion and a feeling. And we have to understand the bridge between those and how they're connected to do this work. So let me give you the dictionary definition, or a simple definition. I'm going to put up a slide. I'm going to talk you through it, and we're going to keep going so I can help you uncover your own emotional set point. Are you ready? Emotions. Emotions are your physical and psychological response that triggers a certain response or behavior, whether it's instinctive or involuntary, out to the world or for yourself. Stay with me. Your feelings are the conscious interpretation of those emotions. Okay, come back to me now. Did you just get what I said? Can you understand that for yourself? To start this work with you today, for you, you need to kind of be mindful about your emotions and your feelings and how connected you are to them, and really uncover this for yourself. I'm feeling angry, or I'm feeling pissed off. Well, is that an emotion or is that a feeling? and then dive deeper. Where's the anger coming from? The anger's coming from frustration, and then you can dive a little bit deeper. So take a second and comment below. Let's join the conversation, right? We have to understand that in order to get to this next opening door, which is we're talking about feelings and emotions today, and I want to dive deeper. So comment below, what is this for you, so we can expand our conversation together. Okay. The next thing I want to go to is this idea of how many feelings are out there. So let me take you to this work. I'm going to show you there are so many different feelings and so many different emotions out there, too many to post. The work that we're going to be diving into today, so you can understand this, is we're only looking at 40 feeling words. And these words came from Esther and Jerry Hicks' work, The Teachings of Abraham, Ask and It Shall Be Given. It's the work that she uses. I just chose it because it was the easiest way to get one list that was a workable list for you. So you can use any other language to describe the words you're feeling today, but for this work, the emotional set point scale that I want to open up the door to you, these are the 40 words I used. I'm going to show them to you now, and I'm going to show them to you on the scale that we're going to be using when we're talking about this work. Are you ready? Let's do it. Here it is. Look at this scale. At the very top of this scale, above this scale, by the way, is the other side. So when we're in a physical body, we're starting with the emotion of joy. And you say, oh, Jeannie, there's a higher number than joy. Okay. I had to start somewhere. I'm starting with joy being 1, and then follow the list to the very end. 10.75 for powerlessness. Okay. This is the scale we're using in the emotional set point process. Okay, come back to me now. And then the next aspect of this work that I want to share with you today is this expression that I use so often on my channel, and it is as a tool for you today, is the antidote is in the polarity. So let me show you, out of the lowest vibe words that are on this scale, today, when I said and made the promise to you, how would you like to uncover your emotional set point and know what energies are tripping you up and stopping you from being the highest vibration? That's this list. These are the lowest vibrations, starting from boredom down. So anything over a 5 in my scale for numbers, it's considered a low vibe number. Higher number, lower vibe, okay? And I'm giving you the antidotes to these. So come back to me so I can explain the antidote is in the polarity. If you woke up with a headache today and you told me you needed to feel better, I would be reaching for the Advil, and that would be the antidote to your headache, okay? When I give you the antidotes to the polarity, what I'm saying is if you're feeling powerless, then what you're missing is power. Right? Makes sense. If you're feeling grief, what you're missing is acceptance or love. So the antidote is in the polarity means that if you go to the opposite emotion of that, there's your remedy. So today, these are the tools we're going to be using when we're explaining the emotional set point process. Okay. So how do we do this? I'm going to take you real quick on how we do it, and then I'm going to explain how this work came to be, and then I'm going to invite you to do the work. It's just that simple. This work is all about your vibration. It's all about your emotions. It's all about your feelings. It's taking the 40 feelings that we're going to show you today, and it's helping you do a whole process through process of elimination. So what I do is I ask you, I pull up a card, and let's do an example so it makes sense. I'm going to ask you the energy of love. So the question is, do you feel this all the time? Do you feel it sometimes? Do you feel it? Do you feel this emotion sometimes or never? And then if I asked you to do the same with the emotion of anger, do you feel it always, often, sometimes, never? And so what you do is you put these feelings that you're feeling into a category, and you categorize them, whether you're feeling them all the time or not. We get rid of the ones we're never feeling. What we're left with is what we're always and often feeling. And that's what we spend most of our time focused on. Well, here's the trip up and here's the problem. What happens if joy is in your never pile? What happens if love is in your never pile? What happens if anger and hatred is in your always pile? You see where I'm going? We've got issues. So in this work, what we do is we dive into a whole worksheet that takes you through this process, and it gets those words right. You end up with 6 emotions, feelings that you're always feeling, and we dive deeper into those through a whole process. This uncovers where you fall on the scale. This is a scale that can be used repeatedly to kind of gauge where you are. And please know that this work is a measure. Like anything, it changes because we change, right? But it also gives you the tools to say, oh my God, I didn't know what I was feeling today was anger. And I didn't know I need to be focused on it. So it gives you a sense. People ask me all the time, Jeannie, where did this work come from? Guess what? It was channeled. It came from a whole bunch of the law of attraction, understanding emotions and feelings. It came from value cards, this coaching tool that I used, your process of elimination. It came from understanding how to clear out and work with energy. When people come in and do a reading with me, literally, this is the work that I'm doing, but I'm doing it intuitively. I'm looking for the way people feel and where they're lining up on the scale. But more importantly, what I'm really looking for is what is blocking them. We cannot fix what we're not consciously aware of. We cannot move out what we don't know is blocking us. And when we uncover that it's anger, we need to go a little bit deeper and find out why we're angry. That's what this tool truly helps you to do. So this is my resource for you. These are my little conversations to have a quiet and casual conversation about this work so I can intrigue you to do some deeper work. So here's the invitation. This video is only 20 of the feeling words. So it's going to give you a sample. Do you need to do it quiet in a quiet place with a piece of pen and paper? Absolutely. If you want to skip the video and go right to me and do the full video because I've intrigued you so much today, you want to dive deeper into this and uncover this for yourself, all this is free. I have a link in this video to my Google Drive that'll give you the worksheet. In the video, on the description online, and in this description will be that video link too. This is all for you to go a little bit deeper, but you might have to click a couple more videos to do it. Today's intention was just to open up the door and have the conversation about what this work is and what it looks at for you. This is all for you to uncover your own emotional set point. I hope I've intrigued you to do that work today for yourself. I know people hate getting on the scale. I do, but a necessary one to know if you want to know where you're at today. Okay. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. All the links are in this description. Join the conversation. Let me know if you do it and if you'd like to learn more. Stay watching. I'll see you next video.